Good old algebra, where we use letters in maths. Go figure, hey? We'll look at a couple of questions that I just pulled randomly off the internet, and we'll see how these ideas of algebra all sort of go together. So here we go. Number 1. List the individual terms in the expression. Remember, an expression doesn't have an equal sign, an equation does, right? An expression is just a grouping of terms. There are 3 terms in this expression. They are, let's go for A. They are 5A, that's one term. We have B, that's another term. And we have 14C, that's another term. There we go. The 3 terms, done. State the coefficient. Right, well, the coefficient is the number in front of a pronumeral, in front of a variable. In this case, the coefficient is 5. The coefficient for 5a is 5. The coefficient for 14c is 14. It's the number in front of the letter. Now wait, that b doesn't really have a number, does it? Yes, it does. The number, the coefficient, is 1. Remember, in algebra, if it's a 1, we don't write it, we assume it. Well, there is actually a 1 there, it's assumed. Okay, we don't need to write it, so we just write b, but the coefficient is 1. And c. Okay, give an example of an expression with exactly, so we can just make up any expression we want, so long as it has 2 terms, and one of them has to be a constant. A constant is just the number by itself, without a variable. So, okay, let's have plus 7. There we go, there's our constant. And we just need one other term. How about 3m? Now that's just an example completely off the top of my head. You could do anything really. You could have 140 q minus 129.7. That would be another expression with 2 terms. So you see, algebra really isn't all that bad. Let's look at another question, hey? Write an expression for each of the following. Sure, can do. 3 more than a. Well, if it's 3 more than a, we must have started with a, and then we came along and added 3 more. There you go. That's all there is to it. 5 less than m. All right, we started with m, and we took away 5 to get 5 less than m. The sum, sum says addition, a and b, so okay, we are adding a and b. Double the value of y, 2 times y. No problem, 2 times y. But remember, we don't write the multiplication symbol, so we just write 2y, which means 2 times y. We just don't write the times. The product, well, that's multiplication again. Product says multiplication, so a and b is a times b. And of course, we just write ab. We don't write the times symbol. Right, number 3. Write an expression for each without using the multiplication or division symbols. Yeah, sweet, no worries. We can just not use the multiplication symbol by putting things together. And we don't use the division symbol by using a division bar, the vinculum. So a is halved. Well, that means a is divided by 2, doesn't it? So we'll put a divided by 2. There you go. We can use the division bar and not the actual division symbol. And then we're adding 6. So we can go plus 6. There we go. Half of a plus 6. Moving on to b. The sum, so we're doing addition of a and b, is taken and then divided by 3. Okay, well, we're adding a and b, a plus b, and then divided by 3. Divided by 3. Now remember, what we don't need to do is this. We don't need to put brackets when we're using the division bar. So we can literally just leave it as a plus b over 3. Let's move on. Okay, well, we want a added to a third of b. Well, that will be b over 3, because we don't want to use that division symbol. So there we go. Number 3 is done, and we'll move on. Alright, moving on, number 4, given that a equals 5, evaluate. So evaluate just means solve, find the answer to. So we're going to substitute. we're going to have a plus 7, but a is 5, well that's the same as 5 plus 7. Right, so for a, we're just substituting this value of 5 into this a, and this a, and these two a's. So the first one is 5 plus 7, well that's going to give us 12. The second one is 8a, which is 8 times a, but a is 5, so it's 8 times 5. So I'm not actually just going to show my working, I'm just going to put the answers straight down. 8 times 5, 5 8s are 40. Now this is of course a really bad thing for me to be doing, right? Not showing my working. Make sure you show your working. But anyway, this is just a little quick video. I'm talking my way through it. So I'm not just doing it in my head, I am verbalizing it, so I guess that counts. And see, oh, would you stop doing that? I really don't know what's up with my computer at the moment, but we have C, and D divided by A is D divided by 5, so that's 2. So 2 plus 4 is 6, minus A, so minus 5. Answer is 1. So just to recap the working there, we had 10 divided by A, but A is 5. And then we have plus 4, and then we have minus A, but A is 5. BODMAS first. We do the division, so that 10 divided by 5 becomes 2. And then we can add our 4 and subtract our 5. So we do this part first. Gave us 2, and then we can just work left to right. Remember, addition and subtraction with BODMAS, there's no precedence. We just work left to right. So 2 and 4 is 6, and then we take away our 5, and we've got our final answer of 1. Alright, number 5, more substitution. So this is essentially just the same as question 4. We're doing the same thing. We're substituting. It's just written in a slightly different way, and looking at B, it might be slightly more difficult, but that's okay. We can still rocket through these pretty quick. So 5x, well x equals 4, so 5x is 5 times 4, which is 20. I'll do a bit of working here. Plus y is 7 plus 8. 7 and 8 is 15, and 20 is 35. There's our answer. Cool. Moving on to B. So we have 80 minus 2xy plus y, so let's write this out. 80 minus the stuff in the brackets. What is the stuff in the brackets? Well, we have 2 times x times y. 2x is 2 4s, 8. 7 8s are 56, so we have 56 plus y, which is 7, which is 80 minus 56, and 7 is 63. We had to work out the brackets first. BODMAS is the thing. So 80 take away 63, that will leave us with our answer of 17. If p equals 4 and t equals 5, okay, so more substitution, right? 3p squared, we're going to square p, and then we're going to multiply it by 3. So we have for a 3 times 4 squared. 4 squared is 16, and 3 times 16 will give us 30, and 18 is 48. That equal sign was a bit messed up, so let's just redraw it. There we go. 48, our answer. B, t squared. T is 5, so we have 5 squared plus p cubed. P is 4, so 4 cubed. Well, 5 5s are 25. 4 cubed is 64, because 4 4s are 16, and 4 of those is 64. And when we add these together, we get our final answer of 89. There we go, for B, 89. Now C, let's just come over to the side here. We have the square root of that plus that. Okay, well that's square root of p squared is 4 squared, which is 16, plus 3 squared is 9. Oh, the computer's drawing random things. Anyway, So we have equals square root of 25. Well, that's going to be 5. Which of these expressions, or which two of these expressions are equivalent? Well, equivalent means it might be a different way to write it, but essentially it is the same thing. So let's have a look. 3x plus 4. Well, that is not the same as 8 minus x. That's a completely different expression, right? But then at the end we have 2x plus 4 plus x. Well, we can group like terms, can't we? So this x, let's just take it over and add it to that one. And what are we going to end up with? We're going to end up with 3x plus 4. So there we go. Which two expressions? This one and this one are the same. They both essentially say 3x plus 4. And that brings us to number 8. Which of the following pairs are like terms? Right, 3a, 2a. Yep, that one is. Let's just underline it. This one, 3b and 3c. That is not, because the letters are different, right? So for the first one, 3a plus 2a, the letters are the same. The pronumerals, the variables are the same. So we call them like terms. B and c, they're not the same. They are not like terms. Right. C, 2ab and 5ba. Well, 5ba, we know that that's not really written properly, because if it were, we would be following the order of the alphabet. It should be written 5ab. The question, I would say, is written like this, just to try and catch people out. Oh no, one's ab and the other's ba. They're different. No, they're not, though, are they? They have the same letters. So those are like terms. For k and k, yep, like terms. Both dealing with k. Now the next one we have an a, and then we have an ab, and they are not like terms, but they've both got a, yes, but one has a b and one doesn't. So e, not like terms. So which of the following pairs are like terms? Pairs a, c, and d. Alright, number 9, simplify the following by collecting like terms. This is what I mentioned earlier. If we just backtrack this one, what we did was we took that x and added it to the 2x and came out with the 3x, the same as the first one. So we collected the like terms, and that's what we do when we simplify. We put all the like terms together. So for a, we've got some b's, and then over there we've got some more b's. Well, let's just put them together and have 10 of them, because we've got 7 and then we had another 3. So we have actually 10b. Plus we still have our constant, we still have plus 2. For the next one, look for any letters that we have the same, and in this case they are all D. So we started with 12 of them, we took away 4, so we're now down to 8, but then we added another one, so we're left with 9D. I suppose I should also label A, B, now we're up to C. Right, so we're starting with the constant. Well, we won't actually write the constant first. We're not going to write 5 plus, because remember, constants go at the end. We do all the letters first, then we finish with just the numbers. So what letters do we have? I see some A's, and there's some more A's. Well, fewer A's actually, because we're taking away 3 of them. But we started with 12A, and we took away 3 of them. That will leave us with 9A. Now we can move on to the next letter if we have more, and in this case, yes, we do. We have B. It's only occurring in one place, so we'll just write that down, plus 4 of those B's, and then we deal with the no letters, the constants, and we had 5 at the start, but we took away 2, so we're going to have 3 left over. There we go, C is done. D, let's see, 13A plus 2A, so we're at 15, take away 4 of them, so we're left with 11A. And then we have B's. We started with 8, but we took away 5, so we're left with 3B. And then constants, nope, there aren't any. It's just A's and B's. So D is done. 12 UV, so we look for any other UVs. Now, it's written, like in a previous example, wrong. It's written wrong because we need to follow the alphabet. But essentially they are the same. UV is the same as VU. So we started with 12 of them, and we are taking away 3 of them. That will leave us with 9 UV. And then we have just v's, started with 7, added another 3, plus 10v. Now, we can't just add our 9 and our 10 because uv is different from just v. So we can't add those together. We have to keep them separate. So 9uv plus 10v. Alrighty, number 10, write this thing without multiplication signs. Oh my goodness, the questions just got easier because all we have to do is put them together, don't we? We have 4a, b, c. Done. That was a nice, quick, easy one. Remember, when we put things together, those things have been multiplied. So if we want to multiply them, we just put them together. And let's just go straight to the next one. Simplify, giving your answer without multiplication signs. Oh, the same thing, isn't it? So we're going to put all these things together. Now, letters, we put them together. So we're going to have ABC. Let's just write that down. A, B, C. The numbers we can't just put that together because that would give us 423 if we just put the numbers together, right? We have to still multiply the numbers. We have to go 2 times 4 is 8 and 3 8s are 24, and that is the number we put in front of our letters. So when we're simplifying expressions like this, we work on the numbers. Okay, so we've got a 4, a 2, and a 3. They're all being multiplied. 2 3s is 6, 6 4s are 24. That's our number. And then we work on the letters. And the letters we just put together to say they've been multiplied. Cool. Moving on. Simplify. Okay, well, we're going to do the numbers first, as I just pointed out. 3 4s are 12. And then we're going to do the letters. Now, we've only got one letter here. It's W, but that's not our answer because we're multiplying. W times W is W squared. Anything multiplied by itself is squared. So 3W times 4W is 12W squared. Now, this time for number 13, instead of not using the multiplication symbol, we're not using the division sign. But we know how to do that. We just use a division bar, and it's divided by 3, so 3 goes on the bottom. We have 2a plus 1. So we have that, but what we don't need to do is put these brackets in. Remember, when we use the division bar, we don't need the brackets, so just 2a plus 1 all over 3. Right, number 14, we have some simplification to do. That's okay. The letter on top is going to cancel out the letters down below if we have the same letters. So we'll break it up like this first, actually. We'll go like that. We'll do our numbers first. 8 over 12. Divide by 2 will give you 4 over 6. Divide that by 2 will give you 2 over 3. And that's where you stop. So we have 2 over 3. Okay, so 8 over 12 is the same as 2/3. And then with our letters, we have A, B, and B. But the B on top cancels out the B down below. So they won't be there anymore. So our answer is just going to be 2a over 3. You can either write it like that as one big fraction, or you can write 2/3 of a. But I think it's probably best just to write it all as one thing. So 2a over 3. In much the same way that the question wrote 8ab over 12b. It didn't write 8/12 of ab over b, did it? Okay, all together. So the better answer would be this one. We just have 2a over 3. Well, when I say the better answer, they actually both say exactly the same thing, but it's the better way to write the answer. 2a over 3. Moving on, number 15. This is our last one. It just has 4 parts, but that's right. Expand the following expressions. Okay, A. Anything just outside the bracket has, of course, been multiplied by everything inside the bracket. So 5x plus 3 is the same as 5 times x plus 3, which is the same as 5 times x plus 5 times 3. So what we have is 5 times x, we just don't write the multiplication symbol, plus 5 times 3. Well, 3 5s 15, and there's our answer, 5x plus 15. Moving on to B. Instead of a plus, we have a minus, but it's essentially the same thing. We have 8 times a gives us 8a, and then 4 8s are 32, but it's a minus, so it's minus 32. C, we have 3a because we got 3 times the a, and then we're adding 3 times the 2b. Now, we have a mixture of numbers and letters. That's okay, we do the numbers first. 2 3s are 6. So we have 6, and then we do the letters. Oh, we've only got a b. So there we go. 3 times 2b is 6b. So, grand D, we have 5a into 3p minus 7q. Well, we do the numbers first. I'm looking at just the first part. I'm looking at this part here. 5 3s, 3 5s are 15, and then we do the letters. A times p is just a p, and we have a minus sign, so that it's not 5 times 7, it's 5 times minus 7, so the answer will be minus, but 7 5s are 35. And what letters do we have? A, Q. So there you go. There are some general algebra questions. I guess this would be at year 7 level, so year 7 algebra. These sorts of questions, that would be how you go about doing them. Well, that's the video done. If you liked it, brilliant. Hit the like button and leave me a comment too. Now you know what to do. Go hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time.